The Hopkinton Public Library children's librarian Jessica Miller, otherwise known as Jack Miller, was featured on HCAM's Hopkinton Hangout
Right.
Hour.
Now, we're going to talk about your new role as the young adult librarian here in Hopkinton. But before we get to that, I'd like to know a little bit about you, Jack. Where do you come from? What have you studied? Where did you grow up? Tell me everything.
Oh, definitely. Well, everything. We'll be here for a while, so get a comfy seat. No, I'll just give you the condensed version, Reader's Digest book version of me. I came from Manchester, New Hampshire, and so come from a great long line of wonderful, strong French Canadian people. And then studied there all through high school and got into the University of New Hampshire on an ROTC scholarship. Where I majored in the humanities. So it was more of a broad degree, and it kind of really latched me on to my love of reading and learning and kind of delving into the deeper things that books can provide. From there, I spent 10 years active duty in the Army, traveled all over the world, some places better than others. And then got home and had a lovely daughter with my husband. And we decided that active duty time was done for us and family time was more important. So came home and unfortunately he passed away, but I still have my lovely, awesome little girl and she is 5 now. And then from there, thought, I need a career change and went back to school and went to Simmons University and then completed my library science degree there. Worked for a while in other municipalities' libraries, and then found my way to Hopkinton as a sub. And now here I am as the teen librarian.
The Hangout Hour also featured Hopkinton Town Clerk Connor Degan.
We are so fortunate that in Hopkinton we have the Community Preservation Fund that takes a small amount of money off of your like in your tax bill. It's a 2% surcharge in everyone's property taxes. And it actually goes towards things like historic preservation. And so one of the things that both I and my predecessors have been passionate about is preserving all of those records. So everything from the ink in the paper back in the day, even now in some cases, can have acid in it. That'll slowly dissolve and disintegrate the paper over time. So then it's our responsibility to not only get everything into a condition where it can be handled without damaging it, but also to get the acid out of it so it doesn't just dissolve itself over time. So we actually have to deacidify the paper and the ink, and then we typically preserve it in Mylar and then rebind it or bind it in binders, depending on how bad the binding is.